Welcome back to map 2 between TitaN and ThomasG in their best of 3, with TitaN currently leading 1-0, ThomasG in the top right spawn position of Twisted Meadows. In yellow, he's going for Altar first and for the Moonwell, and probably an Ancient of War as he's moving out the Wisp here. Early on, his opponent TitaN in red in the bottom right spawn position is going for Altar first. As well, he's not sending out his Wisp yet. ThomasG opening with the Ancient of War here. Not hugely surprising, of course. And it looks like TitaN is probably going to do the same thing, but with a slightly delayed Wisp. Actually, hold that thought. He's heading towards these little patches where there can no buildings be built on, and this means he's not going to build an Ancient of War here. He's going to go for a quick scout, and he might be lucky enough to cancel the Ancient of War. No, he's turning around. Wow, he didn't scout the Ancient of War of ThomasG. As you can see, the vision radius of the Wisp went all the way up here, and he was very, very close to scouting it, but didn't do so. Continue scouting right now. Still not adding any buildings, so it looks like we're gonna see Hunters built by him. Demon Hunter first for both of the players. And now TitaN finishes his early scouting, sees that there is no Ancient of War at any of the spawn orange camps, which is of course not true, as we know, but for all he knows, he's probably facing a Huntress build order here. And he continues scouting the spawn positions as it appears right now, one after another, even bringing out a second Wisp, I'm assuming just to make sure to know exactly about his opponent's whereabouts once his hero comes out, because obviously he's not going to have anything to work with except the Demon Hunter, and therefore he's not going to start with creeping, but with harassment early on. And yeah, TitaN, he's up at 250 lumber already. He's not building any further buildings. No Hunter's Hall yet, no Ancient of War. He's adding the Ancient of War right now. He still has the resources to tech if he wants to. This is such a strange build. At first I thought Hunts and I thought fast tech, but it wasn't a fast tech. And now he's just building these the Ancient of War, and the second move is super, super late. By the way, ThomasG did get the first 2 creeps as it appears, did get the Ring of Protection, which is of course not what he was hoping for. And the Demon Hunter of TitaN is being driven away without achieving anything. Yeah, now he started attacking, he's adding the 3rd Moonwell, he's adding a 4th Moonwell here super early on. I mean, of course, by building this Ancient of War and the Moonwell later, he's gathering a little bit more lumber early on. And given that he started with some harassment, these super immobile archers, at least compared to the Demon Hunter, don't really do too much. But still, I'm not really sure if that build was too great, because let's just quickly see. Yeah, he didn't really get too much out of this. His tech is slightly ahead. He's got fewer archers, he's got decent XP disadvantage, so yeah, not really the greatest opening here by him. But maybe there's some sense to it, which I don't realize. Maybe he also changed up his strategy, given that he saw no Ancient of War here and maybe expected hunts, and therefore maybe he ended up adding the Ancient of War before his tech. Eventually, that might be a theory. Not quite sure. So the Demon Hunter and the 2 archers here starting to do some harassment. Boots of speed for both of the Demon Hunters. No dust for either of the Demon Hunters. One of the Wisps had to be detonated here. So that's already a bit of a success. And I think, if I just saw it correctly, the Wisp was here. And yeah, he gets the kill. I think he trapped the Wisp with the 2 archers. So very, very nicely done there by ThomasG. Another Wisp is being saved into the gold mine in time. Demon Hunter has reached level 2. Excuse me, and that seems to be all he's going to be able to achieve for now. Is now heading back. 3 archers out for TitaN. Guess a somewhat similar number for... Okay, it looks like ThomasG is gonna stick with only 2 archers. So yeah, it's a somewhat similar number, but not quite identical. And TitaN, let's see if he's really going to benefit a lot from this tiny tech advantage, because he's about to reach tier 2, by the way, Hunter's Hall for both of the players, so we're probably going to see lores this time. Yeah, he just finished the tier 2 and he's not at the tavern at the moment, so it's not like he's going to immediately get his second hero and therefore, you know, try and dominate the map before ThomasG is able to get his second hero. I'm assuming both of them. I guess there's a decent chance of both of them getting Naga, but Keeper, of course, also a possible choice, and that's exactly what TitaN is going for, whereas ThomasG is going for the Naga, and it looks like he's going to want to try and keep the pressure up, but I guess this time there shouldn't be too much he can do. There's easily enough space for 2 lores here in the back, even 2 lores in the shop, I'm assuming, so cancelling anything could be expensive, but he's actually circumventing TitaN, and he's seems to be able to get the Ancient of Lore here very, very convincingly. Keeper is about to spawn, there is a staff on the Demon Hunter, boots on the Naga, and the Naga is immediately being pulled back, as she's definitely the easiest, or let's say the most valuable target at the moment from TitaN's point of view. But nevertheless, TitaN is sniping out the 2 safe kills at first here, needs to make sure to staff his second hero before another well-timed entangle can come in. Surround attempt by TitaN, but he's not able to close it. No more mana on the Keeper, and therefore this Demon Hunter will get away. Ancient of Lore was delayed. Tier 3 has started. Second attempt on building the Ancient of War by TitaN. In the meantime, both the Ancients of War, of Lore of course, excuse me, have already finished for ThomasG. Comparing the tier 3 techs tells us that TitaN is still slightly ahead in that aspect. He's getting the last hit here on the Nullbrood, and ThomasG is just trying to keep the pressure up here, but against the 3 additional archers, it's pretty difficult to really make anything happen at the moment. Of course, TitaN has also caught up XP wise by creeping his orange camp, while ThomasG was just sitting back in his base, healing up after the first harassment, so he's no longer got that going for him. The Naga with the Boots of Speed is fairly safe. ThomasG is making sure to keep the Keeper of the Grove out of mana, and therefore to prevent entangles from going on both his Demon Hunter and his Naga. So tier 3 for both of the players, about like 75%, 80% done. Second Ancient of Lore is coming just now for TitaN, so he's probably going to be facing a superior number of bears by his opponent, who is continuing to creep right now with the Ancient of War. For the moment, TitaN is still looking decent, as he's got a couple of archers out, as his Demon Hunter has gained some more strength. But I guess I'm curious to see what ThomasG is going to end up doing with his advantage, in which he should eventually be getting, given that he's got a superior number of Ancients of War. He's got Rejuvenation already. I'm not quite sure if he really wants to fight already though, before he's got the Master finished, because the DH and Entangle should be able to maybe snipe out the bear here. And there is mana for Entangle just now. Let's see if he's getting it on the bear immediately. And is there Dispel? There is Dispel. The bear is not getting in range of the shop though. And the Forest Troll Warlord is probably going to go to TitaN, as well as ThomasG is just sitting in the back of his base right now. He's definitely giving way too much space here to TitaN, who's got nothing but his 2 heroes and the archer still, and he's stealing the Scourge Bone Chimes. What a huge deal here for TitaN to put himself into a very good position come late game, come the big bear engagements. He's gonna have the Scourge Bone Chimes, and therefore the Vampiric Aura, as well as the Keeper of the Grove and his Thorns Aura. So ThomasG being definitely way too passive in that situation. I think there was an Ancient of War finish, but then again it was just the Mud Golem, so no huge loads of XP lost. And both of the players taking the identical creep camps at the moment. And look at the supply. ThomasG down by 7, Let's just see. 2 bears produced here. 2 bears produced here as well. Okay, and now he's caught up. He just didn't produce bears there for a brief moment. And yeah, looking at the number of bears, it's 3. It could be 4 against 2 at the moment. So bear numbers slightly in favor of ThomasG still, despite losing the 1 there. Of course, where's the second archer? There's the second archer. Of course, the 2 archers shouldn't be too significant in late game fights. So that's more or less for that supply, and it looks like ThomasG wants to apply some pressure right now. As I said previously, as he's gotten into the mid game with a decent advantage, and the past 2 minutes definitely didn't make that any better for him. Right now it's 3 bears only. Okay, some more coming across the map, as you can see on the minimap, against 5 bears. So this is not the battle that ThomasG actually wants to take, and it looks like in fairly evened out positions, if not even an advantage for TitaN already. We are gonna go into the late game. By the way, upgrades have not been done for either of the players. 1-0 about to finish for TitaN. Where's the Hunter Soul here? Oh, and 1-0 just finished for ThomasG as well, so almost simultaneously as it seems. And other than that, ThomasG definitely has the Ultra Vision already, and yeah, so does TitaN. So yeah, both of them getting this very standard upgrade, as well as it's of course a huge advantage at night to have the superior vision range compared to the opponent, or keeping up with the high vision range of the opponent in this case. So 3-2 for ThomasG, 1-0 upgrades on the bears, 50 supply, 1 heat scroll, 1 protection scroll, 1 staff orb as well against 50 as well. Actually it's 48 against 50. Also 1-0 upgrades, 1 heal scroll, no protection scroll, also 1 staff here for TitaN. Of course, staff can be passed here as it is an auto replay to basically staff 2 bears in a matter of a few seconds before both of the heroes have their own separate cooldown with the staff of preservation. Let's just see, ThomasG is getting another upgrade, 1-1 finish for him, 1 second attack upgrade coming for TitaN already. Also finished the 1-1 in the meantime, and he's going to continue to creep. He's gotten himself even into a level advantage by now if we compare especially the second heroes. Keeper all the way up at level 3, he's picking up the Pendant of Energy before Town falling out here. I guess let's just quickly check TitaN, also at 50 supply still, but he's built the Moonwares, which ThomasG did not do yet. He's able to, well, not gold wise, but at least supply cap wise, to go up to 70 supply anytime he wants. So I'm guessing he's preparing for that, and he didn't necessarily want to take the fight just yet. Still only has 1 heal scroll, whereas ThomasG didn't pick up another one as well. And ThomasG is getting the 60 supply Moonwell right now, so eventually I guess we might see both of the players breaking into low upkeep. Second attack upgrade coming for ThomasG as well. So upgrade wise they are extremely even here. Let's see if they are going to engage right now. It looks like, okay, I was about to say TitaN's 2-1 upgrade should finish any second, and it has finished right now. Let's see if he wants to engage with that one right now. Keeper, by the way, level 3, and he's gone for the level 2 aura. So level 2 Thorns aura and level 1 Vampiric aura against well, no no Vampiric aura for ThomasG, and of course no Thorns aura as well, but the excuse me, but the Cold Arrow and the Fog Lightning, and another heat scroll board as well as a protection scroll. It looks like this time it is TitaN who is going on the offensive, both of them at 50 supply, neither of them breaking, and ThomasG is going for the counter attack. Let's see, ThomasG does have a Town Portal, both of them do. First Moonwell has gone down already, And let's see what TitaN is going for. He's switching to the Ancient of Lore right now, whereas ThomasG is just getting his first Moonlight kill right now, so he's a little bit behind in this little base race. Second Moonlight has gone down, third Moonlight about to fall. In the meantime, the Lore has fallen, and as TitaN is going for the Tree of Eternity, we do see the Town Portal coming in. Oh, the TitaN's army very far stretched out. Let's see how much he's going to pay for that. Of course, he's got the Staff of Preservation, so he can staff 2 bears here if he wants to, or maybe staff 1 bear and then the Keeper if he goes too suicidal. Actually, he's got 2 staffs, so he doesn't even need to pass it anymore. And yeah, therefore he's getting out of there without losing anything. Forcing the Town Portal. Might lose this 1 bear. We'll see. Find out about it. And he's killed one of the Lores. TitaN is at 900 gold. At 50 out of 40 supply. It looks like the bear is probably gonna fall. Staff apparently not ready yet. So the bear is down. And TitaN is looking okay, I'd say. He still has both of his lores. He only lost a few Moonwells, getting the 60 supply Moonwell finished just now, so he's even gonna be able to continue producing if he wants to, building another Moonwell, whereas ThomasG is has rebuilt his 50 supply Moonwell already as well. 60 supply Moonwell coming as well too. And where is the Ancient of Lore, the new second one? It looks like he suffered a little bit lumber-wise. He's got 900 gold, only 180 lumber. So, yeah, he still has to rebuild the Ancient of Lore. He cannot skip that. He cannot afford only having 1 in the long run. And as we can see, TitaN recovering from this situation a lot better. He's up at 58 supply already again. He's, as I said, his base is looking fairly healthy. He's not going to have to rebuy a Town Portal, which I'm assuming ThomasG already did. He's got a new one on his DH Ring of Protection +4 picked up by the Naga, which is another pretty horrible item actually for the Danish player. And okay, second Scourge Bone Chimes, which of course can be sold for TitaN. 2 Heal Scrolls once again for him, as well as 1 Protection Scroll, and ThomasG with the same number of scrolls here, upgrade wise 2-2 against 2-2, level wise 4 and 3.5 against barely over level 3 and level 3.4 ish. So TitaN by now definitely ahead in terms of heroes. ThomasG has saved up so much gold. He's getting the 70 supply Moonwell right now. He's gonna finish his new second Ancient of Lore, so he's gonna go, I'm guessing, into heavy bear production as soon as he can. I'm assuming a couple of wisps probably as well to keep up. Okay, do it. Okay, building 2 more wisps at least to keep up with the lumber harvesting, because look at his resources. He still has 800 gold and he cannot afford building all the bears he wants to at the moment. 3-2 upgrades for TitaN, and I'm guessing ThomasG is going to fall behind in terms of upgrades just because of his lack of lumber. But he continues creeping, trying to make the best out of it. Demon Hunter is gonna... oh, nice XP Tome and Belt of Giant Strength. Certainly doesn't hurt if the DH is up front in those big bear engagements. Now Demon Hunter of TitaN is coming in from the top, going straight for the Naga, but not exactly the greatest position for him. The bears are now coming in from the back. There would be a TP on both sides, and in this engagement I'm very much a fan of TitaN's position, and therefore ThomasG is town porting out, costing him another 350 gold. But then again, gold isn't really the issue for ThomasG at the moment. He's producing more and more bears. As you can see, 64 supply for him, 74 already for TitaN, and it looks like TitaN is going to keep up the pressure. He is going towards the main base of his opponent, going to the shop first here as it appears. He could maybe sell the gloves and get another heal scroll, maybe an invul potion, or just another heal scroll on his keeper, where there is still space in the inventory. Actually, he's just picking up another scroll of protection, as he just used his scroll of protection when he forced the town portal. And ThomasG actually moving out of his base now sees his opponent's army moving in from the left hand side. Dispel has gone on the Entangled Bear, and therefore TitaN, ThomasG is able to reposition here. Bears are getting in a position decent concave up here for ThomasG, but on the bottom his bears are just getting annihilated. TitaN pulling back his first bunch of bears. I think he hasn't really taken a lot of damage on anything so far, whereas ThomasG is already in heavy trouble on a lot of his bears. Two more are very low in HP. These two bears have been microed back properly by TitaN, who's reached level 4 on both of his heroes in the meantime. Still facing only 2 level 2 heroes. Heal scroll, one of them used by ThomasG right now. He still has one remaining, but TitaN is doing a really good job focus firing here properly, not really making these heal scrolls too efficient, and he's just wrecking his opponent's army here. As you can see, still 75 supply against 29 GG by ThomasG, and 2-0 for TitaN, who's after a super bizarre early game. I'm not really sure about his strategic attempt there. Maybe if you guys have a theory, then feel free to share it in the comments. Yeah, after this very bizarre early game, he fell back a little bit. First in terms of XP, which he didn't really make up for in terms of tech. And then after catching up XP wise, he fell back in tech, getting his lore cancelled, facing 2 agents of lore, finished already his opponent on his way to tier 3, but so was he, of course. But his second agent of lore finished way later than ThomasG's. And then when ThomasG was creep checked, he was way too passive, in my opinion, giving away the Forest Troll Warlord to TitaN, giving him the Vampiric Aura, and not only that, of course, but just in total not benefiting from that advantage he had there. Then when he tried to go for the aggression against TitaN's base, apparently it already was too late, and yeah, the game dragged on a little bit. Then came the base trade situation, in which I'm assuming, since I didn't see it, I'm assuming ThomasG may have lost a couple of wisps in an attempt to repair, maybe in an attempt to repair his Ancient of Lore, and yeah, he just couldn't keep up with the production afterwards anymore. TitaN recovered a lot better. He had still both of his lores. He just had to rebuild Moonwells. He didn't lose wisps, I think, during the base race, and therefore he went into the late game with a big army advantage, with the superior heroes, with the Thorns Aura and the Vampiric Aura against no aura at all, and therefore he very clearly ended up winning the end fight, in which he also microed very nicely, and that secures him the 2-0 victory in the series. So he's looking decent, whereas ThomasG is not looking that great with 0-6 maps at the moment, and that finishes the second best of 3 in this group, and the last remaining one in the entire third playday is going to be between Insomnia and HG. I hope you're looking forward to that one. I hope you enjoyed this one. As always, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you soon. Bye.